students, you come in. Hi, my name's Kobe.
And I'm Joel.
And we're both students at Pardes in Jerusalem.
We have a lot of things in common. For example, we're both
Young
Jewish,
and single.
but despite all that, we have a number of differences. For example, this is a candy bar. When Kobe looks at it, he thinks,
That looks delicious.
but when I look at it, I think, I wonder what the kosher symbol is, and what rabbi gave it, and after I eat the candy bar, what kind of food can I eat afterwards? I think you might be starting to get the picture.
For some, kashrut can be a very meaningful and powerful experience.
But for others, it can be overwhelming and very frustrating. There's some who thinks that the laws of keeping kosher are from the Torah and are unbreakable.
And some people think it's just silly.
But for those of you who are curious to learn, we're here to share with you some of the practicals of how to actually keep kashrut.
And what better place to begin than in the kitchen?
Hey David, what are you making?
I'm making shakshuka.
Oh, can I try some?
Of course.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shakol nehiyeh b'dibaro. This shakshuka is terrible. What did you put in here?
I put some eggs and some milk and tomatoes and some basar egel powder for flavor for my house.
What's basar egel powder?
I don't know. Here, let's look at the dictionary.
Basar egel means veal. Oh, that doesn't sound so... Ah! Treif!
Why are you freaking out? What's so bad about a little milk and veal? Oh no! We made the pot unkosher! Chef David's gonna kill us!
We could tell him the truth.
No. I have a better idea. Let's hide. David, we're so sorry.
He did it!
Did what?
I cooked milk and meat in your pot by accident.
What do you mean by accident?
Well, I was gonna add this flavoring to the shakshuka, but it had veal in it. What's the big deal about cooking meat and milk together anyway?
I'll tell you what the problem is. It says in the Torah 3 times you should not cook a baby goat in its mother's milk. In fact, this law applies not only to a baby goat, but it applies to any meat or meat derivative that's cooked in milk. Not only are you not allowed to cook it, you're not allowed to eat it, you're not allowed to get any benefit from it, and beyond that, you make any utensils non-kosher.
Did anyone else see this? Never mind, you kids. It all will be okay. If you made a pot unkosher, we can make it kosher again. First, we need to check what the pot's made from to see if we can cut it. For example, if the pot's made from good old-fashioned stainless steel, then we can do it.
Well, how do we know what kind of materials we can make kosher again?
That's an excellent question. Keeping kosher and all the laws of how to do it, including keeping your pots and pans separate, all come from a rich rabbinic tradition dating back thousands of years. And now I'm going to share it all with you. And on October 27th, Susie Fishbein's new Kosher by Design Teens and 20 something or other will be released from Art Scroll Publishers. And that brings us up to the present day. Great! Now that we've cleared all this up, let's get to the practicals.
Here we are in a typical Israeli kitchen. And now we're going to learn how to actually kosher a pot. This is our unkosher pot. The first thing you need to do, of course, is to take the unkosher contents and dispose of them. Then you want to take a coarse sponge, or a scouring pad and clean the pot thoroughly, throwing the sponge or scouring pad away afterwards until the pot is as clean as it was when you bought it. After that, you're going to take your pot over to the sink and fill it just about till the top with water. And you take it, you put it on the stove, and you turn a very high heat. You can put a top on it, but you don't have to. It's very, very important though. All of the things you're working with need to get very hot, which means that you should be using thick towels or ideally oven mitts. Now while the water is boiling, you're going to take a rock. You can get one from outside, and you're going to want to heat it over a natural flame or on a pan to make it very, very hot. Then just as the water in the pot is about to boil, carefully, with a towel or oven mitt, put in the rock so it causes the water to boil over, giving it that extra little kick. Once the water is boiling, very carefully with your towels, bring it over to a sink, and you're going to carefully pour the water over the sides so that it scalds every part of the pot. That's what actually koshers it. The last step is also very, very important. Once you've done this, you need to run cold water over the pot. Why? Your pot is now kosher and ready to be used. Tiskule mitzvot.
I have 3 tips to give you in your kitchen. First tip, make sure that you always label what's dairy and what is meat. Second thing, always be focused when you go into your kitchen. Make sure that you think before you put anything into your pots. Third thing, when in doubt, look for somebody who's knowledgeable to make sure that you're not messing up. If you do all that, you will stay out of hot water.
אדון שוקו הולך לבקר חבר שלו, אדון שוקו אחר. הוא מצחצח נעליו, מסרק שערו, והולך עם מקל ומגבר. בוקר רוח קלה